The world's financial institutions are turned on their heads, and the media scrambles to keep up. The once unthinkable is suddenly the headline. Wall Street, bailouts, and the media. Next on Global Pulse. Today on Global Pulse, the stock market crisis through the eyes of media outlets worldwide. It began with the collapse of Lehman Brothers, then the bailout of AIG, and grew into an international financial panic that had the media pulling out every adjective in the book.
If you're in the financial services industry, there's no question it's Armageddon.
Panic has gripped financial markets across Asia after a dramatic slump on Wall Street overnight.
The world is in the grip of an unprecedented financial crisis.
Global stock markets plunge. Confidence takes a battering as the extent of the financial crisis begins to hit home.
And hit home it did. Al Jazeera echoed the anxiety average investors everywhere felt.
Anxious investors in Shanghai watched the red tide sweep away their investments as stocks followed the miserable lead set by Wall Street.
Of course I'm worried, very worried in fact. This has a huge impact on us because the global economy is so interconnected.
While most media followed the panic, Russia Today touted Moscow's seeming financial strength.
The market is pricing Lehman as having a greater risk than, say, VTB. Could that attract investors to Russia's second largest bank?
In this sense, Russian banks, which have almost no exposure to subprime and have relatively strong balance sheets, are in a good shape.
That was Monday. On Tuesday, Deutsche Welle told a different story.
Panic over steep falls in share prices caused the Moscow Stock Exchange to temporarily halt trading on Tuesday. The global financial crisis and sinking oil prices have undermined investor sentiment in Russia as well. The Kremlin has stopped short of labeling the situation a crisis, but Russian President Dmitry Medvedev has promised aid for businesses.
Moscow wasn't alone. Other governments started tapping the public till to stabilize their markets. Japan's NHK, the BBC, and CNN scrambled to keep up with one rescue after another.
The U.S. government has written another check to bail out Wall Street. Bear Stearns, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and now the insurance giant AIG that was on the verge of collapse. An $85 billion deal.
Britain's biggest mortgage lender, HBOS, bought by Lloyd's TSB in a more than $20 billion deal. Normally, the sale would have come up against anti-monopoly regulations, but to retain some basic consumer confidence, the British government needed it to go through quickly.
In different parts of the world, you will see the authorities taking whatever action is necessary to maintain stability.
Japan's national bank had to react to the Lehman Brothers crash. The Japanese National Bank had to pump $1.5 billion into the Japanese stock market to prevent it from falling further. Then the government decided to put another $1 billion into the market.
We had to take the appropriate financial action to try to stabilize the flow of money out of the market.
Despite these measures, stock markets across Europe have tumbled. That in turn, nonetheless, prompted the European Central Bank and the Bank of England to pump billions of dollars into the money markets to avert complete financial meltdown. The US Federal Reserve and the Bank of Japan have also pledged their support.
And where is a lot of that money coming from? BusinessWeek revealed that $180 billion of it is being provided to overseas banks by US taxpayers. The government intervention flew in the face of the common belief that private markets can correct themselves. CNN saw a much larger threat than just Lehman and AIG.
New concerns tonight about the stability of our entire banking system and the future of our middle class. Many investors today selling bank stocks one day after the federal government effectively nationalized this nation's largest insurer, AIG, in an $85 billion deal.
For Global Pulse, this is Erin Coker.
This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only. Link TV is the only US network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world.